We are back. Odds are Corey Dickman, Benjamin Becker.
Oh, what are we doing?
We're doing this. Benjamin Betts podcast. It's a real welcome. It's a real welcome back. Benjamin Betts podcast on the Rogue Media Network. It's March Madness. We want to walk you through some of the Sweet 16 games. Remember, everybody's playing the March Madness pool right now. We want to give you a little bit of advice as we get further down the road. But gambling's not legal in Texas.
No, yeah. This is for fun.
Yeah.
This is for fun. And this is the one thing, really everybody in the country that gets to do a bracket. So we all get to play this game.
So we're going to get specific. This is a broad look at the bracket. We are now in the Sweet 16. We get a look at it. Let's take a look at the matchups. Really do a little bit of a deep dive.
There we go. All right, so we're going to go pick by pick. We're going to go a little quick here.
Yeah, this one will be on CBS. Clemson, Arizona on Thursday night.
I have a little grudge
KWTX.
I have a little grudge against Clemson right now, so this pick might be a tad bit biased.
Right.
I can't believe they knocked us out, Baylor, last week. But
I was frustrated.
Caleb Love, the NBA draft, Pete, is wide open right now. Who's going to be the number 1 pick, the number 2 pick, the 3 pick? Caleb Love for Arizona. That dude can score the ball.
Yes.
He's showcasing his abilities. Give me Arizona, minus 7.5.
We like Arizona in the first game. Second game, San Diego State and Connecticut.
UConn, they're on a trail. They want to be back-to-back champs. First time since, like, what, 07?
Yeah, 06, 07, Florida.
The Florida team.
Yeah,
So UConn, this is a matchup of last season's championship game.
Yeah.
Really crazy. I think they steamroll. Give me minus 10.
Everybody I talk to talks about how good UConn is and how they are ready to repeat. So I think this one.
3 to 4 NBA players on this team, maybe 5. They're stacked.
All right, how about this one? This is going to be the late night one on KWTX.
North Carolina, Alabama. North Carolina is my pick to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think R.J. Davis, their point guard, he just plays and feels and looks like a guy that can win an NCAA championship. They got a good size. They're coached well. Hubert Davis. Give me North Carolina. 3.5 is low. Something's fishy here in this game. I don't know. Cyclones.
Oh, I love them.
Okay, who's our Larry Bird on the Cyclones? Momcilovic. Dude, this guy is.
By the way, the guy's from Wisconsin. His name's Momcilovic. Just so everybody knows.
He's cash money. Yeah. Minus 1.5 again. That's a silly line. Illinois can score the ball. I get it. But Iowa State, they've been through the gauntlet of the Big 12. They win this game. Minus 1.5.
Could be a real moment for that program to turn a corner.
For sure.
All right, NC State and Marquette.
Okay. The old childhood Disney movie, Pete. You got your slipper on? Are you Cinderella? NC State, they've been here before. They've played this role. They know. They're just steamrolling right now. They wouldn't have been in the tournament if they didn't win the ACC championship. They win 5 games in a row. They win their first 2 games of the tournament. 6.5, they're covering, but they're winning as well over Marquette, and they're going to keep the dream alive.
The dream stays alive, and you think the dream is over for Purdue.
Yeah, Cinderella's handing out multiple slippers, Pete. There's multiple slippers here, not just one. Gonzaga, they've always been knocking at the door. Never can get through, right? Yeah. This team is under the radar. They beat Purdue. They have shooting. They can handle the size of the 7'9" giant that plays for Purdue. Zach Edey, National Player of the Year. Give me Gonzaga plus 5.5.
That's why I like Gonzaga too this year a little bit, because they finally are under the radar.
They are under the radar. Houston, they're in the championship game. That's my opinion. They will lose to North Carolina, but they're going to make it to the championship game.
Yeah.
So to do that, you got to get through Duke. Duke, this isn't the same Duke team that we've all, like, the powerhouses of old. J.J. Redick, he's not on this team. Give me Houston minus 4.5.
I agree with you, too. Forget the logo, forget the uniform. Houston's a much better team.
Much better team.
Yeah. All right, Tennessee and Creighton. You were undecided on this one.
Man, this is a coin flip. I admittedly had Oregon over Creighton in the last round.
And I admittedly had Texas over Tennessee.
And you had Texas over Tennessee. So this one's a toss-up. I do think Tennessee has the ability. They're a championship caliber type team. The defense they played, how many points did UT have with like 10 minutes left in the game?
Barely 50.
Barely. So Tennessee can turn it on. Creighton, a lot of three-point shooters. Yeah. Their point guard, I think, is 3 inches shorter than me. So I think Tennessee can lock these guys down. We have an ad come up for another thing. Give me Tennessee minus 2.5.
All right, now let's get to the women's bracket right here.
All right, women's bracket right here, Pete. We'll go there. Or no, you were right.
Yeah. Click on that.
Okay.
So just to give you an idea of where we are, Baylor and Virginia Tech Baylor beats Virginia Tech, so now they play USC. This is on Saturday at 4:30. Some of the other games we want to talk about here as we go up top, right?
Scroll it on up.
LSU is going to be a fun one to keep an eye on.
Yep.
There they are. They take on UCLA. And look, Iowa takes on Colorado. Those two can meet in the next round. I mean, this is exciting stuff.
Collision course. That was a rematch of last season's tournament.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be, I'm going to put it out there, if LSU matches Iowa, that's most watched women's college basketball game maybe of all time.
Yeah,
I mean that's going to be massive.
It will be massive. So let's go through your picks.
Yeah, real quick, homer pick. Oregon State Beavers plus 3.5 over Notre Dame. Let's go, Beavs. Let's go. So that one's happening.
Oregon guy living in a Waco world.
Throw that out there.
And then our next one.
So LSU, UCLA. LSU, they have the studs.
Yeah.
We know the coach. They're gonna make it to this game against Iowa. They got to get through UCLA, who is no joke, right? This is a good team with stars on it. But LSU gets the job done and covers the spread here.
I like how Kim Mulkey has them now. You know, it's us against the world type mentality. That is always one that can work out in the postseason.
Yeah.
And look, this is huge for Baylor. They're getting 4.5 points, so they're the underdog in this game.
Yeah.
Which will be played Saturday at 4:30 p.m.
Jada, 28 points last game against Jada Walker against Virginia Tech. USC, the number 1 seed in this region, Pac-12 champs.
Yeah.
They beat Stanford, who is obviously a powerhouse program. So USC, again, not a joke either. But there's something about this Baylor team. We get this done.
Yes.
It's plus 4.5. So I'm going to cover our booties just a little bit. So if we lose by 3, we still cover the bet. But give us Baylor plus 4.5. Come on.
We're out of time. We've just been kicked out of the site. We're getting kicked out of the segment. Back to you guys.
Hey.
Great job. Corey Dickman, Benjamin Betts Podcast, Rogue Media Network.